Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm Shane Pengove, and this is Impulse Architecture. Today, I'm going to be reading Impulse Architecture, Lighting Our Path. And after that, I'll be providing a few additional thoughts and some reflection on the piece. Thank you for being here. In a time when safety and predictability are more accessible than ever, it's easy to forget how essential risk and movement are to human flourishing. When we rely too heavily on what we already know, have already done, and find easy to repeat, we run the risk of stagnating or worse. A lack of movement can let things pass us by. Exploration, evolution, alteration, these are not simply tools for creating better lives. They are a way of being that is aligned with nature. Destruction here isn't recklessness, but a willingness to leave behind what no longer serves, to tear down limits in favor of new possibility. Over time, boundaries that we set and habits that we form shift from methods for sustaining our well-being to walls and prisons that stifle and mute us. Fear sets in, nervousness takes hold, and uncertainty becomes our boogeyman. We need individuals who will take the leaps, test the waters, and discover what we are capable of. Enter adventurers. Residing in the lower right corner of the Action Essence Matrix, adventurers share several traits. They are curious, bold, and more interested in the unknown than the well-worn path. Adventurers are not merely willing to go where others have not. It is uncomfortable for them to be anywhere else. They seek the unique and reveal the mysteries of untried methods and unexplored corners. By pushing ever further into the space of the unknown and challenging even their own satisfaction, adventurers provide those around them with their reassurance that everything will be okay. Life is a series of unknowns. Adventurers often appear in the world as freelancers, hospitality workers, realtors, life coaches, performance artists, and entrepreneurs. They specialize not only in exploring uncertainty and the unknown, but in encouraging those around them and guiding others through the journeys of life. This calling and the skills that come with it are applicable in many fields. Being an adventurer means being in touch with movement and having a deeply developed sense of trust in themselves and the world around them. Adventurers are urged to feel alive and to share the feeling with others. Understanding the style and function of adventurers provides us with openness, courage, trust, and self-esteem. For those that are adventurers, you are naturally compelled to change and destroy, and your essence pushes you to exist and experience. This combination will magnetically pull you toward contrasting with your peers and environment. Use this to share your passions and express your insights. Be careful not to compulsively chase every opportunity to shake things up. Learn to appreciate the goodness around you. If the traits of an adventurer resonate with you, this is powerful. You are part of the progression and evolution of your environment, and you are not alone. For those that know adventurers cannot help but see things differently. They seek out new angles and fresh takes on things we take for granted, and this often provides them with useful insight and original ideas. Their work is not meant as an outright challenge to those around them, but a revelation of possibilities and alternatives. When the way is uncertain, when there is hesitation or reluctance, we can turn to adventurers to forge ahead and clear the way. Do not take the sometimes compulsive novelties of adventurers as a sign of disrespect for the established. It is because of what's established that they are able to be brave. Adventurers rely on the support systems around them, and ultimately their desire is to express the power and flexibility that these systems provide us with. The efforts of adventurers provide us with glimpses of our potential. Through expanding our boundaries, challenging our assumptions, and seeking the mysteries of the unknown, they reveal the way forward. Adventurers are not driven to always be right, but to always be moving. When they make one discovery, they are almost assuredly on to the next. By observing the work of adventurers, we can learn to trust in the abilities we are born with and face each day with open eyes. To instill ourselves with the curious, bold spirit of an adventurer, let's seek to alter the habits that we know slow us down, be willing to ask questions about why things are the way they are, consider the possibilities of trying new things, practice trusting in the abilities of ourselves and those around us. Who opens the doors for us to pass through? In the world of impulse architecture, we call them adventurers. They are brave, honest, truth-seeking individuals who believe in visions of a better and more exciting world. Without adventurers, we may forever be limited to our immediate space, wondering what lies beyond. This discussion has covered many of the similarities between the various types of adventurers. Within the Action Essence Matrix, there are 4 distinct variations of the archetype, ranging between experience, exist, and change, destroy. These will be explored later. If being an adventurer resonates with you, try these. Think of a decision that's been causing you trouble. Would it be easier to make if you believed you were prepared for the outcome? Recall a time where things did not go as planned. Could you have done anything differently? What did you do to deal with the unexpected? And what's something new you can explore? So this brings us to the end of the exploration of the 4 quadrants of the Action Essence Matrix. And this one was a fun one for me because I personally resonate most with the quadrant of the adventurers. I gravitate towards change and towards, experiencing new things. So a lot of this was able to just be drawn from my own personal experience and sort of reflecting on what it feels like to be driven by these sorts of things and sort of attracted to these sorts of actions that adventurers are drawn to. And I think adventurers hold a very well-defined spot on the Action Essence Matrix because of sort of just that role of forging ahead and always being interested by what's different and what's unique. Where, say, advocates are a little bit more interested in challenging things for the sake of others and what it means, specifically for like their environments and their systems. Adventurers, I think, are driven a little bit more just by curiosity of possibilities and what could be. And these things aren't always necessarily even better than what already is, but there is just always that curiosity. And so options are always sort of being explored and tested out. And even things that seem uncertain or, even at times a little bit unsafe, I think adventurers are the ones that are more than willing to explore these aspects of our lives and the systems that we're part of. In terms of how these traits sort of actually reveal themselves in real life scenarios, I feel that adventurers just they certainly tend to be different and unique, but I think a lot of times they are individuals who sort of inspire those around them, to sort of see in somebody else the willingness to be different and to try alternative paths. Because again, that sort of nature of being willing to try different things, adventurers have run into the things that don't work, and a lot of times they also run into the things that do work. So I think that that's sort of a natural role that adventurers fill, is sort of suggestions of just new possibilities. And it's so in our nature as individuals and the organizations that we're part of to, time keeps moving, things keep changing. And for many things, there is always some version of a better way or an alternative way. And we're always sort of seeking to piece together this gigantic puzzle, and adventurers are the ones that are sort of looking for the new pieces. So moving ahead from here, I believe I'll start digging into more specific elements of each quadrant. I'm not sure if I'm going to dedicate pieces to each quadrant and breaking them all down into their further sections, or if it'll be a little bit looser and just sort of talking about it more generally. But I'm sure there'll be a lot of different angles that I take from it, because there's still so much to explore. But now we have sort of not just the action essence matrix in general in place, but we have these 4 sort of core archetypes, and we're going to start looking at how they interact with one another and compare and contrast and explore them more deeply. And I'm really excited to continue moving forward with it. So thank you for listening today, and I'll talk to you soon.